Yeah, I think it's great for us. Obviously the money helps get what we need from a club perspective, but from a fan's point of view, I think that stability around knowing that we're not going to lose those two grounds is important for us. I know as a player when I played how important it is to play at both those grounds, and you only got to look at some of the turnouts we've had there to show that. So if we can improve those facilities, it'd be mad for us.
I know it wasn't all that long ago where people talk about we have to centralise all the games and suburban grounds look like they're going to become a thing in the past. As a league lover, when you sit there in the coach's box on
Love
the
it.
weekend, how good is it that we're going back to really supporting local grounds?
Yeah, that atmosphere on the weekend was up there with one of the best I've seen, to be honest. I was standing on the sideline, so I got to experience it firsthand. But it's important for us because you don't want to lose that touch of heritage and history that belongs to the club, and both those stadiums for us are important. So I said it in the press conference, but it's credit to Richo that he's been able to pull that through and get what we needed to stay there.
Do you think you've made a great stride as a club to get a lot of the fans that maybe were going to walk away from the game or whatever back on board this year and they believing in the club and direction?
It's a hard one, but like my job is to try and turn this club around with what we do on the field, performance-wise. And although we would have liked a few more results there, I think the performances have turned around, and we're building something that we can be proud of. We've been a little bit inconsistent this season with not playing 80 minutes. So the challenge for us, or me, is to find out how we get that 80-minute performance consistently.
But you're definitely seeing the building blocks, obviously, to kind of have a revival. I mean,
Yeah.
well this season compared to the previous few years.
Yeah, I don't know if well's the word. Probably improve.
Improve.
Well, we've come off the back of 3 wooden spoons, so it's anything is on the up. But from a standards point of view, I think we ended up in a place where we know what works for us, how we want to play, what sort of style we want to play, and what it's going to take to be able to play like that. So we got a lot of work to do in the next pre-season, but before we start thinking about that, we've got to finish strong.
You mentioned you don't want the team now to fall in the bubble. You want to get them up for the last 2 games. How confident are you that they will be up?
Yeah, we've got a pretty good group of leaders that drive what we do. So the first thing for me is to make sure that everyone's on board with the way we want to play. Then I've got to get the leaders to drive that performance again. But we've got to have pride in our performance, and we don't want to fall in a heap, and we've finished strong. So we're coming up against the number 1 team in the competition, and we're going to have to turn up for that.
Do you, considering you maybe can't play finals, I said that to Tito a few weeks ago when he got up here, do you maybe take a chance to try a couple of things in these last couple of games, or you just stick to the system?
No. One of our biggest learnings is trusting our process and sticking to it. And I think it's important that we do that and we finish strong. Although it could be tempting to try a few things, we need to finish strong. Not just for results-wise, but for our fans to give them something to cheer about.
Benji, one of the nice stories this year has been Terrell May and, of course, the later role of Taylor.
Yeah.
What have you made of the May play always performances this year?
Yeah, they've both had a massive impact on the club, on and off the field. Probably surprised a lot of people in what they've bought, but I wasn't surprised at all, I'll be honest. I knew what I was getting when we signed him, meeting with Terrell, how much he wanted to improve his leadership. He's brought a lot to this club, so we're really excited about what those two can do in the future, but they've been massive for us.
You said the class with Taylor, it's amazing what the thing, if he gets a full pre-season under his belt, how the levels he can reach.
Yeah, and he's obviously we've seen what he can do in 5 weeks of playing, but he only had 4 weeks of training before that. So with the pre-season, we're confident he can improve his performance and could be one of the best centres in the game. He's definitely playing like it at the moment.
Canberra, what are they doing like?
They're the king of the basics, Canberra. They don't beat themselves. They compete at a high level. They compete on every play. Great kicking game. Their defence is outstanding. They don't throw a lot of fancy stuff in attack, but they got individuals who can hurt you. Like the guy at the back, I think he's one of the most underrated fullbacks in the competition. Weeks. He's doing some really good things, and then you got the young 5'8" who's just so strong, and he's mature above his years, I reckon. So it's going to be tough for us, but not too tough that we don't give ourselves a chance.
You're only locked in Saturday, but Tigers aren't playing finals.
Yep.
If you had to not hedge your bets, but who was the team to beat in your eyes this year?
Yeah, I'm not worried about that right now. Ask me at the end of the year.
Benj, how's Adam Dooley going since he was pretty nasty?
It's not nice. Obviously, having a facial injury. The only positive about those injuries is they're faster to heal than it is when you do like a ligament or a shoulder or a knee. So it's probably like a 6 to 8 week recovery. it's just painful. He's seen a specialist today and probably get surgery early next week.
What's his demeanour been like? Pretty unlucky.
He's been pretty upbeat considering what he's been through. And I think what he realised after the game is he had all his family there at the hospital, everyone supporting him. And in footy, when you retire, you reflect on the people that are there for you. And I think what he realised, he's got so many people in his corner, so it's great for him.
What do you want to see from Latu this week?
Look, nothing different to what we've been asking for from him. Latu's a work in progress for us and something we're not in a hurry to get to where he needs to get. I'll be honest, when I was 19, I wasn't doing half the stuff he's doing or knew half the stuff that he knows about the game. So it's just constantly building on that, improving. But there's no pressure on Latu to have to be anything special for us. We can take our time there.
He could have a hell of a highlights reel if he's better than you were.
Yeah, I didn't say he was better, did I? Did I say he was better?
Then when
Was
you
that
were
a
not-
joke, bro?
Oh,
Relax. No, he's definitely. You don't want to put pressure on him, and that's why you got to. When you're the coach, you got to understand when's the right time to play him, when's the right time to pull him back and take the pressure off him. I thought on the weekend for a guy who's been thrown in the middle and then had him went off and have to come on to halfback, what he did on the weekend gave me confidence that he's definitely still the right guy for the job long term.